A very good afternoon to all. Welcome to class 12th economics. And we have started chapter poverty of the unit current challenges facing Indian economy, right? So I have explained the meaning of poverty in the last class, that poverty is basically a situation where a person or where an individual is unable to fulfill all his basic needs. Then we have studied the different categories of poor. There can be the urban poor or rural poor. When we say urban poor, then we'll simply say that urban poor refers to the people who are poor residing in the urban areas. For example, push cart vendors, cobblers, flower sellers, beggars, rack pickers, street vendors, they are basically the urban poor. But when we talk about the rural poor, then we mean to say that the rural people who are poor, which means the person who are living in the rural area and are poor. For example, these can be the landless laborers, the people who are working as a labor but they don't have their own plot of land. Then small and marginal farmers, which have but a small piece of land, or they are working on a very small scale, right? Then village artisans, basically the one who is working as an artist or making a handicraft at a very small scale level. Then next we did the characteristics or the manifestations of poverty, which means the features of a poor person, where I told you that these people live in huts and some of them even don't have any shelter at all, right? If they are living in villages, then they people are landless workers or landless people. They don't have their any plot of land. Then even they don't get the sufficient food, nutritious food to bahut dur ki baat hai, they don't even get 2 meals a day. So they suffer, the children, mostly the children suffer from malnutrition because the children do not get the proper nutritious food. So they people definitely suffer from malnutrition as well. Then they are uneducated and unskilled. The poor people are of course uneducated and unskilled, and because of their unskilledness or uneducated, because they are uneducated, so they don't get the employment opportunities also. And many of them suffer from diseases because their health condition is poor, because they don't get proper meal a day. So accordingly their health is also health problems are also there, and as a result they suffer from a lot of diseases, or they attract various diseases very easily. Also they do not get the safe drinking water and proper sanitation facilities also, although many of them have no place to even live. So definitely they don't get enough place for the sanitation, or proper sanitation place is also not there. Their children do not get education, although they have a big families. Why they have big families? Because they want that there should be more children, and if there would be more children, they would be getting more income, because children would be going to the to work in the market and they'll be getting the more income. So with that aim and objective, they people go for having big families, but their children do not get education. And for curing, or for basically taking care of their families, because they don't have much money, they have to borrow the money from others. As a result, while they borrow, the money lenders charge a lot of interest as well, and they have to repay the amount as well, and also the interest. So they get themselves into the debt trap. Debt trap का मतलब है कि जो लोन होता है, borrowings होती है, वो multiply होती चली जाती है, because एक को repay करने के लिए they have to take the other borrowing. So this way they get themselves into the debt trap. Then it is observed that gender inequality prevails among them a lot. Women are the poorest among the poor, if it is observed in the poor families. Then I told you about the two measures of poverty: absolute poverty and relative poverty, where I told you that absolute poverty is simply these people are poor and these people are not poor. It is like that, absolute poverty. We are not comparing people, we are not comparing states, we are not comparing any region or any country. We are simply saying Mr. A is poor or Mr. A is not poor. This is known as absolute poverty. But one is the relative poverty. Relative poverty means where we are comparing. It refers to comparing, and on the comparison we are telling this person is poor or not. For example, a teacher is poor in comparison to big businessman, or a casual worker is poor in comparison to a teacher, or India is poor in comparison to the USA, or Somalia is poor in comparison to India. Which means here we are comparing the two different things. The two different things can be two persons, it can be two different places, or even it can be two different countries nation wise. So accordingly, relative poverty refers to when we are comparing and telling that these people are poor than that people, right? So the next is poverty line. The poverty line is basically the scenario to get into that what is the concept of poor and non-poor in India. You know, in India, whenever we have to measure the poverty, we use the poverty line. This poverty line is basically used to tell us that how many people, yeah, who are poor and who are not poor. In that case, as you can see on your screen, the poverty line divides divides the entire population into two categories. Let me annotate this. Wait a minute. The poverty line divides the entire population into two categories. The people who are above the poverty line, they are termed as non-poor. The people who are above the poverty line, they are termed as non-poor, and the people who are below the poverty line, they are termed as poor. उनको कहा जाता है poor. Just see to it. If I'm talking about this, I have just written non-poor. I have not written rich, very rich, middle class, lower middle class, upper middle class, millionaires, billionaires. I have not mentioned that way. Poverty line just divides. It just divides the entire population into two categories. कि भाई जो उस poverty line के ऊपर है वो खुश है, यानी कि वो poor नहीं है. हम ये नहीं कह रहे वो rich है, हम कह रहे हैं he is non-poor. And जो उस poverty line के नीचे है वो दुखी है. क्यों? क्योंकि वो पुअर है. अब ये भी नहीं हम कह रहे वो कितना पुअर है, हमने ये नहीं बोला कि वो कितना पुअर है, हमने सिंपल कहा वो पुअर है. So the poverty line is the concept which divides the entire population into two parts. Below poverty line, the people who are residing below the poverty line, which means they are poor, they are considered as poor, and the people who are the above the poverty line, that is known as non-poor. उसको बोलते हैं हम non-poor. आप खुद देखो, एग्जाम में, बोर्ड एग्जाम में you have to clear the board exam by 33 marks. So 33 marks in that case is, just take it as a poverty line. 33 marks are the poverty line. Suppose the people who are below 33, they would be considered as fail. ये नहीं कितने fail हुए, कितने marks से, they would be considered as fail. And above 33 they would be considered as passed, कि वो पास हो गए हैं. अब ये भी नहीं कि उनके 90 प्लस आए हैं, उनके 80 प्लस आए हैं, उनके 70 प्लस आए हैं, डिस्टिंक्शन है, ये है, हम बता ही नहीं रहे वो, हम कह ही नहीं रहे वो. We are just saying 33 is the poverty line. Suppose the people below 33 are failures and the people above 33 are passed. So this is like poverty line only. So poverty line divides the whole population into two categories, poor and non-poor. The people who are residing below the poverty line are termed as poor, and the people who are above the poverty line are termed as non-poor. I hope I am clear with this. Let's move. Now, how to estimate the poverty line? I think I told you yesterday, Dadabhai Naoroji. He was the first person to estimate the poverty line in India. Which means when it comes to the estimation of poverty line, कि कैसे measure करेंगे poverty line, क्या होनी चाहिए poverty line. जैसे 100 में से 33 marks वाला पास होता है, तो हमने कहा जी poverty line कितनी होनी चाहिए जो बताएगी कि बंदा poor है कि non poor है. दादाभाई नारोजी was the first person who estimated poverty line in India. इन्होंने कैसे estimate किया? He used jail cost of living. He used jail cost of living. देखो, note the word. Just let me annotate this. Now, note the word jail cost of living. अगर आप जेल में रह रहे हैं, लॉकअप में रह रहे हैं, ध्यान से सुनना, अगर आप जेल में रह रहे हैं, लॉकअप में रह रहे हैं, तो आपको कितना खर्चे की जरूरत है, कितना पैसा खर्च करने की जरूरत है, उसको बोला गया जेल कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग. जिसके लिए उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने देखा कि व्हाट अमाउंट ऑफ मनी इज नीडेड फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग फूड टू अ प्रिजनर. एक प्रिजनर को, एक कैदी को फूड प्रोवाइड कराने के लिए, उसका पेट भर खाना प्रोवाइड कराने के लिए कितने पैसे की जरूरत पड़ रही है, उसको उन्होंने यूज किया पॉवर्टी लाइन के कॉन्सेप्ट के लिए. He used that in the concept of poverty line, that how much money is required to provide food to a prisoner. Now let's move further. उसमें बस इतना ही करना है आपने. jail cost of living में detail is not there. Detail you will study in graduation. You just have to see that who was the first person who estimated poverty line in India. Can come in 1 mark. The answer will be Dada Naroji. Clear? Now next, categories of poor people. Now let's see the categories of poor people. As you can see in the graph, we have drawn a dotted line, which is the poverty line, right? Now we are dividing the poor people into 3 major categories: chronic poor, transient poor, and non-poor. As you can see this, chronic poor, then transient poor and non-poor. So 3 categories आप देख सकते हैं इसमें. What do you observe from the graph? See, there would not be any graph coming in exam, but you have to just see to it. You have to just learn through the graphic presentation that what the speaker wants to say about through the graphic presentation. If you see chronic poor graph, what you observe? एक तो बिल्कुल हमेशा, see the first graph. Let me annotate. See the first graph. See this. Wait. What does this graph is explaining to you? Hanji, batao. Can you guess what does this graph is saying? If this is the poverty line, this dotted line is the poverty line. What does this graph is telling us? This graph is simply telling us that these are the poor people who are always below the poverty line, which means they are always poor. They are always poor. So the people who are always below the poverty line are called always poor, right? And see the next graph. Now see this one. Let's see this graph. What does this graph says? See, this graph is telling us that maximum of time they are poor, but sometimes they are non-poor, which means they are usually poor. That usually they people are poor. आप देख रहे हो usually वो poverty line के नीचे ही है, but थोड़े time के लिए ऊपर हुआ, थोड़े time के लिए वो poor से non poor हुआ, लेकिन usually वो poor ही है, poverty line के नीचे ही है. So they are called usually poor. That means the chronic poor are those poor, the chronic poor are those people who are either always poor or usually poor, who are either always poor or usually poor. They are known as chronic poor. Chronic मतलब कुछ ज्यादा घातक, जैसे कहते हैं ना dangerous, या chronic means something very serious. So chronic poor means those who are always poor. वो या तो हमेशा ही poverty line के नीचे and they are always poor, or they are usually poor. Usually वो poor ही रहते हैं. Now see the next one. The next one is transient poor. The next is transient poor. अभी transient poor क्या होता है? Let's see. Just see this graph please. Transient poor के लिए ये वाला next third graph देखते हैं. what we observe in the transient poor, हमने observe क्या किया, poverty line के ऊपर, below poverty line, above, below, above, below, above, below, which means these are the churning poors. Churning poors means those people who basically come above the poverty line and below the poverty line, above the poverty line and below the poverty line. They are never stabilized poor, either up or down. They are like above and below the poverty line. Sometimes they are above the poverty line, other time they are below the poverty line. This is also known as occasionally poor. ये occasionally भी हो सकता है. This can be the occasionally also, कि जब आपके पास काम है, when you have work, you are non-poor, but when you don't have don't have work, you are poor. So that is also known as occasionally poor. So how will you define the transient poor? Transient poor are those people who sometimes come below the poverty line or above the poverty line, or you can say who move below or above the poverty line on frequent basis. That is known as churning poor. And occasionally poor, occasionally when they have the work, they are non-poor. When they don't have work, they are poor. Now let's see the last category. So when we have to define with the last category, we'll simply see, देखो, never poor. Never poor means who are always above the poverty line and they are non-poor. And they are non-poor. So these are the categories. These are the categories of poverty or categories of poor. So there are three categories of poor people: chronic poor, transient poor, non-poor. Learn कैसे करोगे? Chronic poor. Chronic means very serious, which means those who are always poor or usually poor. जो यहाँ तो हमेशा ही poor रहते हैं और usually वो poor होते हैं. Second is transient. Transient मतलब up down वाला. Those who come below or above the poverty line time to time. They are churning poor, and occasionally they are occasionally poor. Then never poor. The third category is never poor. Never poor means those who are always above the poverty line. Those who are always above the poverty line, they termed as, called as non-poor. Right? Now, let us see the drawbacks of poverty line or limitations of poverty line. The drawbacks, the first drawback or limitation that we can study about poverty line, that it doesn't differentiate between poor and very poor. It does not differentiate between poor and very poor. Coming back to this point, see, I told you here, it divides the whole population into poor and non-poor, but it doesn't tell who are very poor and who are less poor. Same way, non-poor के अंदर it doesn't tell us who are billionaires, who are millionaires, who are middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class. It just tells us the person below the poverty line is poor and the person above the poverty line is non-poor. So it has a biggest demerit or limitation or drawback, that it doesn't differentiate between poor and non-poor. Now see the second one. It considers only the money needed for food, shelter and clothing. When we are talking about poverty line, we are simply saying a person who is not able to fulfill his basic needs, right? He is not able to fulfill his basic needs. He would be called as poor. तो पॉवर्टी लाइन के कॉन्सेप्ट में हम पढ़ेंगे, हम उसके अंदर बस बेसिक नीड्स को ही कवर कर रहे हैं. वी आर ओनली कवरिंग फूड, शेल्टर एंड क्लोथिंग, बट मैन needs many other facilities also, like basic education and basic health care, which is not considered in the definition of poor, or which is not considered in the definition of poverty line. All right, so ultimately poverty line का एक और drawback, that it never considers the other basic things like basic education and basic health service. It just tells us about poor and non-poor on the basis of only three basic things, in only three basic necessities to life, that is food, clothing and shelter. Third one, it does not consider, it means poverty line does not consider social factors like illiteracy, social discrimination, ill health, etc. As I told you, it only considers three basic necessities to life: roti, kapda or makan, food, shelter and clothing. So it is not going to consider the other things as well. So that's why it is observed, it is said that the poverty line concept is not good, it has the demerits. So are there any alternative methods to measure poverty? Although this is the question of only 1 mark in your exam, you don't have to do it in detail, you just have to do it for the 1 mark purpose only. That yes, there are the alternative methods to measure poverty. What is that? That is SANE index. Kindly just note down the word SANE index. We don't have to do it in the elaborative way because that is not required at this stage. So there is one other alternative also to measure the poverty, that is SANE index. Now what is the SANE index? One economist with the name of Amartya Sen has developed an index to measure the poverty, जिसकी photograph आप देख रहे हैं screen पे. He has developed one more index to measure the poverty, which is known as SANE index, right? And poverty gap index and squared poverty gap are the other tools used to identify poor. अमर्त्य सेन ने जो इंडेक्स दिया सेन इंडेक्स, उसके अलावा भी वी हैव पॉवर्टी गैप इंडेक्स, स्क्वेयर्ड पॉवर्टी गैप, जिससे पता चलता है हाउ मेनी पुअर पीपल आर देयर इन द कंट्री. यू जस्ट हैव टू लर्न दिस फॉर 1 mark, nothing much more than that, just for 1 mark. That even after the poverty line there are some other concept also, there are some alternative methods also which can be used to measure the poverty. One of the method is SANE index given by the Amartya Sen. Now the next concept comes head count ratio, but before that let me just tell you some others. Now the next topic is head count ratio. Head count ratio, अब देखिए क्या होता है. What is the head count ratio? Now the head count ratio, when we say that what is head count ratio, it is basically the proportion of population below poverty line, which means to finding out that how many people are below the poverty line in India. For that we basically go for head count ratio. So head count ratio is basically the how to compute head count ratio is basically the population of below poverty. So now I'm telling you the determination of poverty line. Determination of poverty line means how to determine that whether a person is poor or not. How we will determine that whether a particular person is poor or not? You know, that depends on whether the person is residing in urban area or he is living in the rural area. Please note down, it's very, very important. Whether the person is residing in urban area or whether the person is residing in rural area. According to that, we say that a person is poor or non-poor. The government has given the concept of poverty line, and according to that, government has given the monthly per capita consumption expenditure. I'm writing on the basis of, or let me write it a proper line. The determination of poor or non-poor, the determination of poor or non-poor is done with the help of monthly per capita expenditure. Monthly per capita expenditure, which is called monthly per capita expenditure, MPCE, which is called MPCE. how? जिसमें if a person is residing in rural areas, if a person is residing in rural areas, then in that case, if he is spending rupees 816 per month per person. Suppose the person is eligible to spend rupees 816 per month per person, he would not be considered as poor. ये है poverty line in India. एक person जो कहाँ रह रहा है, जो रूरल एरिया में रह रहा है. A person who is living in rural area, and in spite of living in rural area, if he is able to spend 816 rupees, if he is able to spend 816 rupees per month, he would not be considered as poor. उसको हम poor नहीं बोलेंगे. और अगर वो person urban areas में रह रहा है, if he is living in urban areas and he is able to spend rupees 1000 per month, this we are talking about per person. अगर एक बंदा एक महीने में अर्बन एरिया में रह के 1000 रुपीज खर्च कर सकता है, he will not be considered as poor. Is it clear now? This is on the basis of the poverty line, on the basis of MPCE, monthly per capita expenditure, which means a person who is living in rural area, if he is able to afford rupees 816 rupees per month, then he would not be considered as poor. And if he is living in urban area and spending rupees 1000 rupees per month, definitely he would not be considered as poor. I hope I'm clear with this. Any doubt till now? Please write in the chat box if you have any doubt. So one was on the basis of this monthly per capita expenditure, and one is on the basis of monthly calorie intake. कि अगर एक पर्सन रूरल एरिया में रह रहा है और रूरल एरिया में रह के अगर वो एक दिन में 2400 कैलोरीज इनटेक कर रहा है, देन ही वुड नॉट बी कंसिडर्ड एज पुअर, वो नॉन पुअर कहलाया जाएगा. और अर्बन एरिया में रह करके कितना, अर्बन एरिया में रह के 2100 कैलोरीज. अब पॉइंट आता है रूरल में ज्यादा क्यों, क्योंकि रूरल एरिया में जो मेनली वर्क होता है, ज्यादा मैक्सिमम वर्क जो करते हैं लोग वो मैनुअल वर्क करते हैं, तो वो ज्यादा कैलोरी इनटेक कर लेते हैं, जबकि अर्बन एरिया में कैलोरीज कम इनटेक होती हैं बिकॉज उनको मैनुअल वर्किंग थोड़ा कम करना होता है. सो दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ पॉवर्टी लाइन on the basis of minimum monthly per capita expenditure and on the basis of calories intake of a person. So now we'll take your doubts, and if you have any problem, I will just explain.